Alright, turn 43. Yeah, continuing to summon some Vine Ogres. Stopped summoning Clayman. I think we're pretty low on water gems right now. Doing some more searching. Found a few sites. I think this is nature, and then air and water. So yeah, all good. Nothing amazing, but yeah, it's just great to get more gem income. And then yeah, a bunch of raiding back and forth between Hinnom and Macone. I don't think any of these are particularly interesting. Yeah, just against PD. This is kind of interesting. So this is cleaning out somebody else's misfortune scales. So they had a bunch of trolls. But this looks like his god. So it's kind of a cool one, a Titan. You don't see as many Titans because yeah, they're a little tougher to use. They need gear really to be effective. So in the early game, they're usually not so effective. And then like if you're gonna go scales, like arguably an immobile is better. So yeah, you don't necessarily see as many Titans, but they're pretty neat. So yeah, I mean he's got pretty solid magic paths here. I'm not sure why he's already injured. Possibly he's out of Dominion, so he has like lowered health than normal. So he's getting a bonus. Current maximum is 135. Oh yeah, you know what? He's probably coming in. I believe the Pretender's hit points in a battle, it depends on the last province that they were in. So he's probably coming from a province that had low dominion or maybe enemy dominion into a province that has higher dominion. So normally if he spent the turn here or the turn somewhere else that had high dominion, then yeah, he would have had more hit points. But yeah, so that's why it's showing up is that he's already injured, I think. But yeah, he's fully geared out. So we already saw he made quick work of these trolls. Yeah, this is a pretty nasty weapon here. Giving chest wounds really sucks. It's pretty good like anti-thug gear because chest wound just gives a bunch of encumbrance. And it's just bad for casters. Just encumbrance is bad because it just causes you to fatigue out faster no matter what you're doing for melee, for spell casting, like for whatever. So it kind of makes that commander a little useless in terms of combat. And then yeah, I think you can also trigger him to go berserk, which can be useful, especially for like super combatants, because routing. Well, I mean morale 30, a lot less likely to rout, but routing them off the field is definitely one way to deal with super combatants. But if they're berserking, you can't do that to them. That said, you can't cast any spells if you're berserk. So if that gets triggered early, depending on like what his buff spells are, that could be bad. Yeah, this is just like a basic, it's a magic weapon, some extra damage and stuff. Pretty cheap. Same like this helmet is like, yep, it's just a helmet. But he probably doesn't have. I don't know. It kind of looks like maybe he has a helmet, but anyway, it's probably no good. And then yeah, this is pretty nice. Giving some magic resistance is always really helpful. So yeah, his magic resistance is 26, is pretty good. This armor doesn't actually give like a ton of protection, so like yeah, his protection is not great. So yeah, these boots, reinvigoration, like really good, and much increased map move. You see these a lot. These boots are great. And then yeah, here more magic resistance, which is definitely like a huge deal for super combatants because obviously like spells is one of the best ways to get rid of them. But if you stack up a bunch of magic resistance, and harder to get rid of with spells, at least some of them anyway. And then yeah, this is more reinvigoration mostly, and I mean a little strength that never hurts. Although he's already at size 6, like yeah, his strength is through the roof. He does a ton of damage, and he can bite people too, 3 attacks, so that's cool. But he has reinvigoration at 6 is really good. So yeah, I mean I think he's fatigue like positive, so he won't fatigue out. So yeah, let's see what he does. Let's see. Who the heck is casting regeneration? It must be one of these guys over here. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, mirror image, and you get more images if you're a more powerful air mage. So yeah, he's got a bunch of them. And then mist form, so that'll help solve his protection issues, as long as they don't have magic weapons, which trolls do not. And then shaman hood, nice. Invulnerability, yeah, that's a death spell. Also will help his protection issues, although also not useful so much against magic weapons. Oh, and you know what? Okay, cool. Yeah, so he's got this guy, this shaman here, who's also a mage, and it's just using him to fluff this guy, just give him some extra buffs that he can't cast on himself. So he was the one casting the regeneration, and he cast it on the god, so obviously that's really good. He starts regenerating back his health, because his maximum, is 135, so you'll always regenerate up to your current maximum, I believe. So even though he came in injured, because the domain mechanics, looks like regeneration is going to fix that for him, which is cool. And then of course, just regeneration on a big chassis like this is really good. And then I think he also cast Moss Body on him, which is just more protection. Although it doesn't look like he has poison resistance, and I believe it pops in a cloud of poison. Probably won't be, he's got regeneration, so he'll be fine. And then fire shield, it looks like. Yep, cool. Just deals damage to anything, especially against these trolls, because they're susceptible to fire. So not surprising that he cleans these guys up. You can see wow, he's killing trolls real quick. That's pretty cool super combatant. You'll probably get upgraded as the game goes on. This helmet is kind of so as he levels up his construction research, you probably see something that's gonna be worse if I ever have to face this. Hopefully not. So that's a pretty cool use of his god. And then just poor Machaka, just closing that out as expected. And then that got some air gems at least, and then of course losing income. Not too much going on, just more site searching really, moving the army in to clear out these barbarians, because you're just always clearing out barbarians. This showed up on our border, so definitely the scouting could be improved. It was probably, I imagine, on this fort. Now I'm going to check out, see the situation. Definitely useful to know, is there a fort, on top of this or not? Does he have troops there because of the throne province? Although maybe in retrospect would have left him here, because definitely want to know, you don't want to get surprised like this. So leaving a scout here on the fort, assuming he's not going to get patrolled out, would definitely be useful. That's a bit concerning. But still going after the barbarians. I mean, we need this back. And we'll have a few turns to react if he does attack, and we aren't defenseless here, and he is still trying to close out this war, so that'd be pretty quick to attack immediately, but definitely possible. That was turn 43. Alright, Ulm, turn 44. Finished research and enchantment. It's level 5. Get foul vapors and also those gargoyles I was discussing previously. Going to be going for construction, probably up to 6 for lanterns. Getting some terracotta warriors. We've seen those before. They're not great, but they're immune to poison. They'll be good to use with foul vapors, because our normal troops do not like poison. More dire portents. This is Earthblood Deepwell, which is the Earth gem generator, which is very sad, because that is something that my god could have casted. We don't have the research for this yet. So we could maybe make a play for this. We'll see. Yeah, we have a good earth income, so we could possibly steal this, but I don't know if I want to piss that person off. Not even sure. I think that's Atlantis. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look. Found a magic site. I think this is actually fire. And then yeah, some misses. And then we took this back from barbarians. Lost 10 steel maidens, which hurts, but I mean, you know, 77 barbarians, so it's kind of hard to take that with no losses. Some more raiding. This war is just ongoing, which, you know, again, is great news, reminding me of my war. Glad that I'm not in that. And then yeah, you know, some bad events. We finished our fort here. It was cool. So yeah, we got our first guy. He's old, which is a common problem with fire mages. Yeah, every level of fire magic that you have reduces your max age. So yeah, this guy gets old at 44. I guess it just sucks to be a fire wizard. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. Old age isn't like a huge deal. It's not great. Let's see, I think the main thing, yeah, extra encumbrance. Like, it definitely sucks quite a bit more if you're going to be doing, you know, melee. And these penalties start to get worse. So yeah, I mean, you know, attack, defense, strength, all that, the mage doesn't really care about, but encumbrance, he definitely will. Like, lower map move, and then, like, I think it's every winter or late winter, they have to pass a check to see, like, if they get an affliction or a disease. Like, yeah, basically once they get old, they're on a clock, and you know, there's a chance they'll die. So yeah, kind of unfortunate for these guys. Not sure, gonna get some more. Fire 3 is cool. We don't have that natively. So yeah, there's also these guys who are only Fire 1, probably wouldn't be old. Yeah, same max age, I think. Hang on, where? Oh yeah, no, this guy a little lower max age, but yeah, these guys are just younger. Haven't been studying as long, but Fire 1, they're decent researchers, although I don't think they're better than our shamans. Not that our shamans are great researchers. Yeah, they're also 7. But they're sacred, so their upkeep should be lower. Let's see, 52 for these guys. We'll see, 130 to recruit. And then these guys, wow, they are a lot cheaper to recruit. Maybe these guys would be better for research, actually. Yeah, and they are cheaper on upkeep, too, even without sacred. Whoops. Yeah, maybe should have been recruiting these guys. I don't really. But yeah, these guys, not bad. For researchers, it does kind of suck to like recruit. Like, Fire 1 is really not great if you need to take them into battle. So you know, like, whereas our shamans, I mean, okay, a lot of them aren't great, but most of them are usable, you know, in combat. And I mean, some of them are actually good in combat, which is nice. So yeah, I kind of prefer to have researchers that, you know, I can actually use on the battlefield. But yeah, maybe you should have switched over. But anyway, getting these guys, Fire 3, very exciting. Searching for sites with them. Level 3 is kind of really what you want to hit for site searching. That's going to find almost all the sites out there. So yeah, so it's nice to have that. So yeah, I think that covers messages. Another kind of slow turn, you know, still building up troops to be able to use Foul Vapors effectively. Have our Foul Vapors here, Caster hanging out here, ready to, you know, head out with the army if need be. Still not really sure who I want to target. I mean, at this point, I am pretty interested in getting in the war with these guys. Honestly, it would probably be better for me to attack Macone, especially because Hinnom looks like he's kind of on the back foot. You know, and if Macone eats Hinnom, like, yeah, he's just going to almost completely, not surround me, but we're going to have a huge border, and he's going to be bigger than me. And then also, I would really like these Crystal Amazons back, and, like, I don't really know what Hinnom has, and, like, I don't think I'd be able to get too much land from joining. But I have a nap. So, and it says, I think a 3-turn nap. So I'd have to wait, I'd have to let him know, hey, I'm ending it. And then you'd have 3 turns to, prepare. It would be rough. It'd be a bit of a grind, for sure. And I mean, I don't even know if I would come out on top. But I mean, definitely would want to take this war while he's still busy with another player and I'd have an ally. The problem with that is that, I'm trying to verify. I've got some scouts moving in to take a look at Xibalba's territory and try to look at Vanheim's territory. I hate scouting elves. I hate elves. Everybody hates elves. Anybody who tells you otherwise is an elf. And I mean, we kind of actually, as EA Ulm, you kind of are like budget elves, so I guess I can't talk too much because I have a lot of stealthy units, and I can definitely do like elf kind of things. But anyway, yeah, elves are assholes. You just can never see. All their stuff is stealthy. So like, where is he? What is he doing? You kind of have to find like a siege or like get lucky and like catch a province that he's attacking. Anyway, just trying to figure out like if that, Vanheim Xibalba war is happening and like, what is Vanheim winning? Is Xibalba winning? Is it a stalemate? So yeah, just trying to get some scouts in to figure that out because obviously like Vanheim, he has a decent border with me. Like he could attack. Not really sure like what Niflheim is doing. I don't really see any combat. Like I have some more scouts over here to try to see like maybe Niflheim and Helheim are fighting, but not really seeing any of that. So yeah, Yomi, has finished eating some of Agartha's stuff. Like this is a really small border, right? Like one province. They're probably not going to fight. There's Pangaea down here, so like maybe. Anyway, I still don't know what Niflheim is doing, and I don't really know what Averni is doing either. I mean, he's finishing this off, so we'll probably see an assault on that. But I mean, yeah, I mean, we'll see. He definitely had a big loss before to Bladewind. But, I mean, considering that he's already eaten 2 people, and I mean, this is just a matter of time, right? Like, there's no way Agartha's going to get out of this. So it's just a question of, like, is he going to get it next turn, or is he going to have to, build up again? But for sure, like, he's going to be thinking about, what do I want to do after that? So, yeah, like, to jump into this war when I don't really know what B's neighbors are doing, it would be dangerous. I mean, that said, like, I mean, Macon is like kind of roughly my size, so it'd be somewhat of a fair fight, which would be nice. Versus Niflheim is actually not too big either, honestly, and like maybe wouldn't be the worst fight. Maybe a little bigger than me. Definitely hoping. Honestly, like really worried about Averni here at this point, just because I know that they've eaten like basically 3 people at this point, and I mean I've eaten 1 really small person. I mean I guess everybody's kind of small because it's a smaller map, but yeah. So, and I mean the boars, I do have access to Bladewind. So, Agartha showed us that trick for sure. So I can do that, although it'll be interesting to see, if he has some sort of counter to that. And then, my troops, though, definitely, could get trampled by these boars. So, a little bit worried about that. Foul Vapors, should surprise him. It's not something, Ulm normally gets. And he does have access to nature. But he may not. I don't remember if he has poison resist on his bless. That would actually be pretty bad because the boars are sacred. So yeah, I'll have to double check that. But that's a possible counter to his stuff. So yeah, still just sort of weighing my options. Cleaning things out, doing a little patrolling here to try to bring this unrest down. Like this unrest is completely out of control. So, I mean, things are still, like, haven't completely, like, recovered from that war and, just from the random independent attacks and et cetera. So, yeah. And, yeah, also getting some gargoyles. Finally moved these casters over to awaken Vine Ogres to take advantage of this conjuration bonus. That was, yeah, anyway, so figured it out eventually. But, yeah, I think that covers it. So, yeah, turn 44. All right, Ulm, turn 45. So, yep, already finished construction 5. So, yeah, our research is, still not great, but a heck of a lot better than it was. Heading on to 6 for the boosters, as discussed. Really doubling down on that conjuration site. So, just, getting more of the same summons that I've talked about before. More magic site searching, missing. It happens. There's a fairly big battle here between and Abyssia, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. So yeah, looks like it's a fort assault here. So yeah, I don't even think these guys are sacreds, and just, you know, spear guard. They're okay, you know. They have a lot of hit points. Size 3, you know, half giants. Yeah. Abyssia has probably some of the weirdest wall defense. I don't think these guys are ranged. Yeah, they just, I don't know. They got a battle axe. They hang out. Their commander here is a spellcaster, which I think is maybe unique, certainly uncommon. Usually it's like archers and then just a regular commander who has like a sword and can't do anything. But for Abyssia, it's reversed. This guy can, you know, cast fire spells from up on the wall. And I don't know, these guys just hang out and look cool mostly. So yeah, let's see. Abyssia does not have a lot. So, you know, a couple of these Hellbred, which we've seen before, they're not too impressive. Yeah, these are just their regular infantry who are decent. You know, high protection. You know, they got all the fire stuff. But yeah, you know, attack and defense skill, like, not great. You know, good strength. There's not a lot of them. A couple fire casters, quite a few casters back here. Abyssia also, yeah, gets some astral and blood. It's kind of limited. I think it's capital only for the most part, but still, I think this guy, yep, shrunk. He's a little guy, size 1. It's like an event. They can get shrunk down, your mages sometimes. No gems really, from what I can see. And no blood slaves either. So yeah, I'm less familiar. This doesn't look good. It doesn't look too planned out. There's not a lot here. Not sure who this guy is. Maybe a hero, possibly? He's got high paths, so that's cool. But yeah, no gems. So yeah, it's not looking good. Let's see, what do we got over here? Yeah, I think these guys are summons. They're sacred. They have magic weapon. Pretty good stats. Like, yeah, their protection isn't very good. You know, just furs and no helmet. That's this whole faction. Nobody told them about helmets, which is kind of rough. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen them in combat too much, so we'll see how they do. But yeah, pretty cool. Not sure what he's got going on for casters. Let's see. It's an air mage. This guy's been boosted in water, and has some water gems. Probably rain, actually. That would make sense, fighting Abyssia. Definitely critical. Another air caster. Another rain caster? Backup, maybe? Water elementals? I don't know. And yeah, a lot of water magic going to be coming out, so yeah, we'll see. And then yeah, some air, maybe for some lightning strikes, thunder strikes. You need air 3, which you can get if you can get a storm up and summon storm power. But I don't see anybody. This guy's not even a mage. Yeah, I don't see anybody that is going to be able to cast storm. Yeah, not sure what she's here for either. Cool caster though. Some interesting cross paths. But yeah, I don't know. I would say Abyssia is probably in trouble here, especially like no gems. That was really, I don't know. Maybe he's out. You know, that definitely happens. But yeah, you think? I mean, this is enough mages here that, you know, if they had gems, could make their life difficult. But yeah, let's see what happens here. Oh, somebody's casting Howl. I definitely missed that. Okay, yeah, here's the water elementals. So at least some of those water gems. Let's see, who cast Howl? There's a shaman that I missed. Yeah, I don't know where he is. Oh, here he is, back here. Nope. That's the sacred. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, he's in nature 4. Yeah, Howl requires like at least 3 nature, but I think it's like 300 fatigue, or it's a lot. So casting it at nature 3 is a little risky. So yeah, having nature 4 here is nice, and you can see even with nature 4, yeah, you know, he's up to 150 fatigue. So he's gonna be napping for a while, but that's fine. Lots of wolves gonna be coming in. I think we've seen Helm before. I can't remember. Yeah, all kinds of fire magic. Yeah, you can see the guy on the walls also casting stuff. Looks like, yep, Strength of Giants coming down. Yeah, some lightning bolts. These guys are just buffing themselves, it looks like. Yeah, spellcasting AI just loves to buff itself. He's getting some really tough mages to kill. And then, yeah, here come the wolves. Howl is really nice. I mean, it's good always. Wow, almost always. But especially for castle assaults, because the wolves just, yeah, I don't know, they don't care about, they just, you know, it's magic. So anyway, wolves appear inside the castle. And well, yeah, mess with the backline as usual instead of getting like hung up, you know, in the choke point. They still come outside as well, so, you know, yeah, here's one. But yeah, so anyway, Howl's definitely gonna be good. You know, some of the scrap made it in, but yeah, water elementals are pretty scary, so, you know what I mean? Yeah, some guys getting set on fire. You can see this guy doing work. It'd be nice if, you know, these guys didn't have axes and could do something, but, you know, that's one of the things about playing Abyssia. These guys are just, you know, incinerating wolves. They're busy with wolves, so that's the other thing. Like, even if the wolves don't really do much, they just keep, you know, they keep the mages busy, right? So that fireball didn't hit these guys. So yeah, I'd say these mages are in trouble. They are buffed up, you know, so they have, okay, yeah, his morale failed. Yeah, I think everybody is, oh, no, there's a few of them still, but like, yeah, they're basically asleep, and I mean, you know, they're ethereal and lucky, and they have twist fate, so they're gonna be pretty tough to kill. But you know, with their fatigue this high, you know, having wasted a ton of spells, that's good, falling fires. But yeah, they wasted a ton of spells on the wolves, so yeah, these guys are gonna be able to take them out, although not without loss. Maybe I spoke too soon. Because, yeah, I mean, these guys don't have magic weapons. This is where the summons, which I guess he's just using as maybe bodyguards, they do have magic weapons. So if you'd sent them in, you know, it'd all be over. But, yeah, these guys with the regular weapons, I mean, they're getting some hits in. But, you know, with the luck, the twist fate is gone now probably for all of them. But yeah, I mean, you see ethereal and lucky. I mean, I was facing that earlier, and it's a really good combo. You know, I mean, you just need, I think, Astral 1 for it. So you see that a lot. Anybody that's got Astral Magic, you know, that's definitely something you want to look into, because it's tough to deal with. And it looks like, does this guy have Awe? Yeah, so he's awing a few of these guys. Ooh, yeah, their morale, not great. In fact, yeah. I mean, straight average, which you don't really, you want better than that if you can. And yeah, I mean, they're getting set on fire. I don't know. We'll see. Once the water elementals get in, this is the problem sometimes with Howl. I mean, it's not too much happening, but the wolves can just basically create like a barrier where it's like only wolves around something, and if that something isn't very killy and doesn't get rid of the wolves and create room for other units to get up, like, and then the wolves can't like kill them, then you just end up not being able to finish the battle. Then the turn timer happens. Like eventually, like all battles, it forces, I think, the attacker to rout first, and then the defender to rout, and then after a while, it just kills anybody left on the field. It's like, nope, just anybody who's still here is dead now. So yeah, so this is, you know, kind of seeing that happen a little bit. I mean, these wolves are dying a lot, you know, to the fire shield and everything, so it is giving a chance. But yeah, these guys not able to close it out. They're also getting hammered fatigue wise, right? So the fire auras here, you know, are also dealing fatigue damage and putting them to sleep, just making their stats like even worse. I mean, I think it's also reduced. Yeah, because they're routing. I don't think the stat penalty for fatigue shows up in the UI, but yeah, you get penalized. I'm almost positive for attack, definitely for defense. You know, if you have really high fatigue. But yeah, never seen it in the UI. Anyway, this guy's asleep, so I mean, it doesn't even matter. So yeah, but still, I think these water elementals, I don't know, we'll see. They don't have magic damage either. You know, I mean, they don't love being set on fire. You know, obviously water elementals, although fire resistant. I guess that makes sense. I don't think he cast that on him. I think that's just innate. I guess yeah. It'd be difficult to kill a water elemental with fire, I suppose. But yeah, this is all of a sudden not looking great for her. Although, yeah, it looks like all these guys have routed. So they want out, but they're so high fatigue. They spend a lot of time just like sleeping, and they're trapped by all the wolves. Just your typical crazy Dominions fight, and it's just bizarre. Just one guy who just wants to get out of here, but nope, too many wolves. Now, water elemental's gotten in. There you go. Water elemental finally got him. So, yeah, wow. It really cost her. But, yeah, they did take out a bunch of mages. Yeah, I mean, this, like I said, this guy might be a hero, I think. So, yeah, kind of irreplaceable. Certainly very special if he's not a hero. Yeah, I mean, okay, maybe he's not a hero because he's got a gold recruit cost, but 435, that's a lot of gold. So sucks to lose him, and then, these guys, sucks to lose. These warlocks especially, I think, are cap only. So yeah, lost a lot of mages. You know what I mean? This guy, wow, lost some casters too. Not sure how that happened. Maybe, he did fling some fire magic out there, so... but yeah, I mean, losing these spear guard, they're not cheap, so that definitely hurts. But compared for all these mages and the fort, I would say definitely worth it. Anyway, so yeah, looks like we may not have Abyssia as a neighbor too much longer. I mean, he still has some lands, so, we'll see. Definitely want to keep an eye on that war. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, barbarians, of course, because you can just never be rid of barbarians. Just got rid of some barbarians, and now more barbarians. So, yeah. And then we caught a scout, a Niflheim scout. It's good to get rid of scouts, so that's definitely a plus. And then, yeah, we finished this Palisades. Yeah, this really hurts. I really do a terrible job with this province, just like timing my money and the mages showing up. So, I mean, I got the mage to show up the same turn that the Palisades went up, which is good. I kind of want to time it. I usually don't like to have unprotected labs if I can avoid it. So she arrived on the right turn, but I guess I felt that my money needed to be used elsewhere. Probably chose to build this fortress instead because the lab finishes in one turn, and the fort takes a little while. But yeah, having mages just wait like this, it's not good. And I mean, this has already been searched, so sometimes you can have them, search while they're waiting. But yeah, she's just hanging out, which yeah, that hurts. But yeah, moving this army over, no doubt to deal with these barbarians now. Not sure. Let's see. Yeah, bringing some more troops up, I think. Oh, yeah, I'm recruiting more archers because, that's a genius play. I guess I have not learned my lesson. These archers are, they're stealthy, right? So they're like the better archers with more protection. Yeah, not really sure what I was thinking here. I mean, definitely, I've got Vanheim down here, and then I've got Helheim here, right? So I don't border Helheim, but they're close, and yeah, very much worried about Vanheim still, still trying to figure out, it's like I'm not really seeing, any combat, yeah, just worried the elves could come in, and archers are better against elves, kind of. Elves rely a lot on their defense score, and arrows don't care about defense scores, so they're good in that sense, but Vanheim is an air nation, and there is a spell, what is it, I think, enchantment 6, I think, yeah, Arrow Fend, and it's just, yeah, what is it, air shield? Yeah, air shield for everybody, the whole battlefield, which pretty much makes arrows useless, and I mean, if I'm at level 5, and my research hasn't been great, I don't know if enchantment is a priority for Vanheim, because I mean, certain nations have certain targets that they're looking for, but I mean, he could easily have arrow fend at this point. So it's archers are good against elves, but earlier. So yeah, I'm kind of a little late here, getting these archers, and I really probably again shouldn't have bothered, but here we are. I have them. But yeah, other than that, just, doing some site searching, still trying to scout around, figure out what's going on. So yeah, this looks like he did not assault, so maybe he doesn't have an answer for all those blade winds just yet. Yeah, you know, seeing a Niflheim army down here, I think these are summons. Yeah, not too familiar with them. But yeah, so that's good that they're stationed down here. Like, he may be worried, you know, about his neighbors, like really hoping to see some fighting, you know, going on. But yeah, still haven't seen any fighting from these neighbors. So, you know, still kind of feeling like I can't really commit to anything else. I don't want to attack Marverni. I do not want to be in a war with them. Niflheim, maybe. You know, yeah. At this point, like, these Nifl giants are probably kitted out. In fact, I think we've seen them, yeah, fighting against Arcocephali, you know, with some gear, and they probably have more gear. And yeah, you know, wouldn't love to take that on, but I mean, then again, you know, I mean, everybody's going to be rough, especially at this point. You know, it's like turn 45, so you know, everybody's got mid-game tools at least. So yeah, I don't think there's going to be any easy fights. But yeah, still haven't really figured out, you know, who I want to go after. So still just trying to build up. So yeah, let's turn 45.